I feel like I'm going to cast both these spells around the same amount of time, which is not.
I mean, I came up with so many ideas for locate object. All I could come up with this is, poison a bear, and that's not going to work. Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories. With me is Sam West, and today we're talking about the spell, Animal Friendship. Here, good Ron Weasley Jeremy.
Good job, Ron
Yeah.
Weasley Jeremy.
Yeah. Don't eat me.
Was that a concern?
Always is.
Oh, good. This is a first level enchantment spell for bards, druids, and rangers. Action to cast. It is 30-foot range, a purple magic material component. It requires a morsel of food. What food? Food the animal likes. Food the animal doesn't like. Doesn't really matter, does it? This spell lasts 24 hours, no concentration. This spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm. Choose a beast that you can see within range. It must see and hear you. If the beast's int is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Otherwise, it makes a wisdom saving throw or is charmed by you for the spell's duration. If you or one of your companions harm it, the spell ends. And then you can upcast it to hit more beasts for the spell level. So second level hits 2, third level hits 3, fourth level hits 4, etc., etc., etc. Oh, animal friendship, you little dinky charm effect. Are you good? Probably not. I'm not particularly high on this thing, but it's not the worst thing ever.
It's a first level spell, which means like when beasts are most threatening, like if you don't think you can fend off all the wolves or a bear, yeah. Then maybe upcasting it gets a little iffy because the higher level you get, the less concerned you are with bears.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't compel them to do anything. It's just they don't attack you. Which
it charms you. It charms them, which means you have advantage on charisma saves or checks against them, and you it can't willingly attack you. It can still attack your friends. It just can't attack you.
Well, let's see. It says it's charmed. So is it? Oh, excuse me. So it's that. I mean, if it was planning to attack you, you cast this. It's friendly to you. Is it still likely to attack the rest of the party?
It's not friendly to you. This is the specific wording of charmed. A charmed creature can't attack the charmer or target the charmer with harmful abilities or magical effects, and the charmer has advantage on ability checks to interact socially with it. That's the physical definition of the charmed condition, and that's what this does. Now, your DM might read into it more or less depending on DM to DM. You might have a DM that goes, no, you animal friend should be, it makes you its friend. And then you have a buddy, then you ride around on the bear for 24 hours, you have a merry picnic and you're walking arm in arm, frolicking through the woods or whatever, and you're in each other's wedding parties. Alternatively, it's
if it's getting married within 24 hours.
You have ceremony on hand so you can perform the ritual, and it can be your ring bearer. That could be cute. Alternatively, your DM might just be like, okay, it doesn't maul you, it mauls Jeremy. And Jeremy goes, what the hell? As Jeremy gets mauled by a bear, right? It's like... all
right. Bad talisman. That was so much better than the shit joke you just made.
I don't agree. I think Ring Bear was very funny. I'll stand by that.
All right. Oh. What were we talking about? Animal friendship.
Animal friendship.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to this one.
No, not really. It's it also runs the issue where even in the low tiers, it's still competing with fighting against goblins. You're still fighting against goblins. You're still fighting against kobolds. You're still going to fight against orcs. You're going to fight against undead. You're going to fight against some fae every once in a while. You're going to fight against a myriad of little creatures still. And this is useful in ones of those encounters. Like maybe the orcs have a werewolf. If it's a warg, it's a monstrosity, so that doesn't count. So you're like, all right, I can use this against a 2-3 encounters, maybe. And then it's just stone useless. I don't take preparing spells that don't work in most of my encounters because you only get a couple of them anyway. So
Bard, Druid, Ranger, yeah.
Bards in particular are like, oh, I can't ever take this. I have 3 spells known. No thanks.
trying to think. There's not a whole lot of creative uses for this that I can come up with right now. Oh, here's one. All right. The bear looks really mean. He's threatening you. You could use this to avoid the encounter. Or what if that morsel of food was poisoned?
Then you've killed it. Huzzah!
There you go.
What if the morsel of food was just poisoned and you left it for it, and then it ate it anyway and died, and you didn't have to cast any spells?
Yeah, but there's no guarantee he's going to eat it then.
There's no guarantee he's going to eat it when you cast this, because he makes a save. And the spell doesn't say he eats it. The spell's supposed to just use the morsel of food. It doesn't even consume it.
It doesn't consume.
Yeah.
All right. So just carry around like a biscuit for this for this spell. That seems terrible. Hey, you want a treat? Too bad.
Back in the pocket. This, I mean, like, I think the obvious combo with this is speak with animals, right? You ritual cast speak with animals, you animal friendship, and then you can like get a full 10 minutes of like positive social engagement with whatever creature you charm. I don't think that's still that compelling. I guess it's more than 10 minutes, right? Because it's a ritual spell, so you can like keep doing it over and over again, and then just be like, anytime we need to know about the woodland area, we'll go talk to Jeremy the Beaver, and Jeremy the Beaver will be like, I know that there's running water nearby, and I have a job to do, so you need to excuse me. And then he'll run back and continue to create the dam. So like, it's only going to be so useful still anyway.
Yeah.
If you're, I think like you could probably play this on a character that loves the fantasy and maybe get a cast or two, and that is going to coincide with other spells that your DM probably would have just let the other spells do this job. Like, I think you can make a animal handling check in combination with speak with animals and get the same outcome for one less spell slot.
Well, I mean, druids and rangers both come with animal handling, right?
They can take it if they want to, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And bards get 3 of their choice, so they can take animal handling if they want to as well.
There's that really narrows the windows as to who's going to want this, because if I have animal handling, I'm not taking this.
So you're a druid or ranger that doesn't have animal handling. Are you taking this over other spells?
Yeah.
I think the answer to that question is probably no. I think this is not uncastable. I could honestly see this being given out as like a free first level at will invocation. I could see this being the kind of weak effect that's probably too good to be a cantrip, just because you can like make all the animals your friends. But a archetype or two could definitely budget in their power to have this at will, and no one would bat an eye. It probably wouldn't even see that much play because it's still very niche.
You say too strong to be a cantrip, but
is
not
it
powerful enough for level 1?
Yeah, right. Like, it's in that. I honestly think that's where a lot of ritual spells fall, like detect magic and false light, and like as the ritual tag. That makes sense. This could probably be a ritual spell, and I'd be like, that makes sense. Where if you can coax it for 10 minutes, you can become its friend. Like, codify it with a spell. Give this ritual tag, wizards, you cowards.
Yeah, all right. You want to grade it?
2?
I'm 2.
That feels generous.
I'm looking at 1 here. Yeah. I don't think anybody. I mean, yeah, you can take it for flavor, but I don't think it's going to do much beyond that.
Okay, hold on. I try to reserve. You talked me out of 1 last time when we were talking about locate object. Just because no one's going to cast this doesn't mean it doesn't do anything. There's a meaningful difference between those two things. This does do something. This can say that one of those 3 wolves isn't in this encounter anymore. And that is meaningful. So I don't think it can be a 1. We reserve 1s for spells that actually don't do anything.
Ooh, all right. Fine. I'll give it a begrudging 2.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I felt a lot better about my 2 on locate object.
I didn't. I feel like I'm going to cast both these spells around the same amount of time, which is not.
I mean, I came up with so many ideas for locate object. All I could come up with this is, poison a bear, and that's not going to work. All right. Well, I'm sure some of our viewers are more creative than me. How have you used locate object? Let us know down in the comments.
Animal friendship, but you're close.
Shit. Yes. That one too. Let us know how you've used animal friendship down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Sam, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.